Another one that I bookmarked here. Let's have a listen to this.
Just don't understand why a hot girl would ever go to college and get a real job.
No, I've never understood that, because regardless, when you go to college, like, you party. Like, the girls that I know that are in college literally are, I guess, like, themselves out IRL, but not getting paid for it.
Exactly. Like, if you're a hot girl, you can easily just make so much money off of social media, OnlyFans. Like, literally, you just have to be good looking.
Like, did you ever go to college?
I did for a little bit, but I never planned on finishing, because I was just like, I know that, like, I can make so much more money doing something else. I just did at the time because my parents wanted me to.
Yeah.
But once I was able to make enough money, I realized I don't need to go to college. And
I knew I was way too good for college.
Yeah, no. Why would you rather be studying every single day, wasting money on going to school when...
Just to be like a cute doctor? No.
Yeah, like, we can be a doctor with what we do. We can be a nurse. We can be literally every single...
Yeah, basically every occupation every day.
We just do it all.
You want a doctor today? You want a police officer tomorrow? I'll arrest you.
Yeah, handcuffs and all. Just don't...
So these are OnlyFans creators, for those of you that didn't catch it. And it's been said that women for the longest time throughout history, Moff, would get everything they wanted from one successful man, right? Like, they would compete, and they would try to get locked down that one successful guy. But now we flipped it around, and women don't need one successful man, but they can get everything they want from thousands or tens of thousands of nerds paying them $9.99 a month to pretend to be a doctor or a police officer or whatever the thing that's going on or trending for them.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I mean, let's call a spade a spade. First of all, some of the stuff they said is bang on accurate. I mean, there really isn't a point. If you're a hot chick, you really don't need a college degree. It's probably to your detriment if you're going to go to college and you think you're going to turn it into a career and you're going to make a bunch of money. We've talked about this ad nauseum. I mean, we understand that you could just go get your MRS degree essentially and find a dude to wife you up and sweep you off your feet and marry you, whatever. And you think it's like, man, like, simps come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. You know, you've got guys that will pay. I mean, again, I don't know if this stuff is true. You just could be doctored, but this Sophie Rain girl says she had one guy that sent her a $12 million. I don't know what it was, because $1 million or her biggest spender, $2 million or something like that. And it's like, you've got guys out there that won't spend $15 a month on a gym membership or on any sort of self-help or a course that will show them the right way to be and what they need to do as a man, the work they need to put in, but they will spend it to look at a girl naked on the internet. Like, that's where most men's priorities are. And that's what they value and that's what they covet. And part of that's biology, and I get it. And it's just, I don't know if we'll ever get out of this. I don't know if we'll ever get off this merry-go-round of, you know, because now that this whole thing, people didn't want to talk about the OnlyFans thing for a really long time. It's only, I think, really recently that it's gone super viral when you're talking about the amount of money these girls are making, and you're talking about these girls that are banging like 1,000 dudes in 12 hours. Now you're getting big pundits like Matt Walsh that are involved and calling it prostitution and saying we need to bring back shaming culture and all that stuff. But we have this constant perpetual game of hot potato where it's like women need to stop being whores. Well, it's not the women's fault. This is what pissed me off so bad about ladies' night last week. We couldn't even for a second with these broads stay on the topic of these girls are disgusting immediately. Well, it's the men. The men are disgusting too. The men that all lined up to do it, they're disgusting. Why aren't you talking about them? They couldn't even for a second just say like, yeah, these broads are disgusting and they're prostitutes and they should be ashamed of themselves. And I don't know if we'll ever get off. Well, if the men didn't buy it, then we wouldn't have this problem. Well, if the women didn't make the content, men would have nothing to buy. Well, if men had self-control, well, if women weren't whores, I don't know if we'll ever get off. It's just this endless, it's this endless round and round we go. So again, that's why I just enjoy the decline, man.
Yeah. People hate that. Why don't you do something?
They really do.
Yeah,
they think you should run for office. If you're so smart, won't you? Yeah, man. Like, that's what I should do with my time. Totally. I work really hard and I do all this and I make money and I support a family and I become good at something so I can go work for you. Yeah. I don't think so, buddy.
We got a fella here doing some chore play. This is a man that is not being intimate with his wife. Have a look over here at this.
Your wife is your partner, not your mom. Your wife is your partner, not your mom. She is not a living maid or a hired cleaning crew, so she shouldn't have to pick up after you.
You know, guys like that will do that all day long, but she still won't bang him.
Blink twice if you've got a gun to your head just off of camera.
Yeah.
Like she's like, nope, wrong tempo. Your pitch was off. You're flat. Do it again.
It ain't gonna work.
And it's like the housework stuff is so funny to me, man, because if a woman is doing housework, unpaid labor. If a man is doing housework, what do you want, a cookie? What do you want, a medal because you washed some dishes and picked up some laundry? And then she turns around, oh, I'm breaking my back. Bill Burr is ultimately cucked, but his bit about, you know, the hardest job in America. Oh, does your back hurt from bending over all day, putting DVDs into DVD players and pressing the play button? Why don't you talk about the coal miners in West Virginia that have black lung and tell them that being a mother is the hardest job in the world? Yeah. It's peasant work. Like people have been washing dishes and clothes since the beginning of time, since you could even wear clothes. But it's a badge of honor. And here's the big kicker. Women would be doing this anyway if they were single.
Right.
Do you not wash your clothes, wash your own dishes, cook your food? Like that doesn't stop. But again, this is the result of feminism. Anything you do as a woman for the express pleasure of a man makes you less of a woman. The brainwashing runs deep, man.
Orion Taraban was telling me this story about this client that he had, this woman, and she was offended that her boyfriend, you know, they're living together, wanted her to do the laundry. And, you know, she had like a basic job. He was bringing home the bacon, most of it anyway, took care of the bills, utilities, you know, the rent, the mortgage, whatever it was. And she left the guy because he asked her to take care of laundry, you know, sort of chip in and do something in the household. And then she found herself in a situation like in her late 30s, 38 or 39, now living by herself, paying the full burden of housing, which she wasn't paying before, paying the full burden of groceries, which she wasn't paying before, paying the full burden of meals when you went out to a restaurant, which she wasn't paying before, all because she wanted to have the pride of not doing the guy's laundry that was paying for all that shit before. Like, you can't even make the stuff up, but this is the reality of, you know, the world that we live in today.
Part of the deal.
It's part of the deal.
What a terrible deal she made. I mean,
she fucking traded an awesome deal.
Oh my God.
For a shit deal just so she could do her own laundry. So she didn't have to do her
great.
and his
so you don't have to throw in a
couple extra handfuls.
Laundry. Yeah.
A couple extra handfuls.
One more, turn the knob, press the button.
Never pay for your fucking dinner when you go out to a restaurant.
Unbelievable, man.
To have a man protect you if a criminal breaks in your house.
It's unreal, the delusion they have. Like, I won't do, like, oh my God. Yeah. Good for that guy. Good. Glad he got out.
I am sick and coughing and anyway. All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.